It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you for joining us today on the Science Bowl as we head toward the end of our 38th season, and we have elementary schools here today vying for the chance to become one of the finalists in this year's ultimate competition. Let's meet today's schools. Would you please say hello to the team from Templeton? Amina, wave to everybody at home if you would. You're all wearing matching shirts over there. You look good. Captain Kong is here. Nice to have you back. And there is Gabby. She's already holding that buzzer. She's anxious to begin. They're playing against Thomas Stone Elementary School. And there is Jaden over there. Jaden, he's raring to go. Their Captain Nicholas. Yeah, they got matching shirts too. Great captain over there. And Harrison, first time on the show. Nice to have you here too, young man. On the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions. And if you haven't been following our show, let's show you those categories right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to questions.
Okay, Mr. Z.
Your questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points. Tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25. Every team starts out with 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. Enter the 2 rounds. One of these 2 good-looking teams and very talented teams will come back to play for the chance to become one of the finalists in this semifinal game. Let's make sure everything works properly. Let's go to that red team. Kong, would you try your buzzer? Looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, to Amina, and to Gabby. Nicholas, how about the green team? A-OK over there as well. Good luck to you and to Jaden and to Harrison. Congratulations, guys, on making it this far in the competition. You're doing great. Let's have a good game. May the better team win. Alphabetically, T-E before T-H. So Templeton and Kong, let's go.
Zoo Parade for 10 points.
Zoo Parade for?
10.
10 points. Here we go. Indiana Jones in all his movies shows that he suffers from ophidiophobia, a fear of these slithering reptiles. Thomas Stone.
Snakes.
He hated snakes. Absolutely. They're always in the movie, bedeviling him. Good. Go. Green.
Body systems for 5.
Body for 5 points. If you're pretending to sing, you're said to be syncing these body parts. Templeton.
Lips.
You're lip syncing. Absolutely right. Thank you, Gabby. Good. Go Templeton.
Zoo Parade for 15. Zoo Parade for 15. Zoo Parade for 15 points.
Zoo for 15. There's a kind of frog called a glass frog, G-L-A-S-S. Glass frogs can hide all their red blood cells in their liver while they're sleeping, making them almost invisible to predators. Yes, Templeton.
Transparent.
Their skin is transparent. Absolutely right. You're way ahead of me on that. Good. Go. Go again. Red.
Science Potpourri for 10. Science Potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for?
10.
10. Here you go. All right. The keto diet, K-E-T-O, lets you eat lots of fats, but very few slices of bread or cookies that contain this kind of nutrient. Templeton.
Grain.
Not grain. No. Good try. Thomas Stone.
Fiber.
Good try as well. Carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. You know, those are like the sugars and the starches. Good try. No points, but we go back to the red team. Kong.
15. Let's get physical for 15 points.
Physical for 15. All right. A ceiling made of this material, a mixture of liquid and solid, is often used to describe a barrier that can't be breached, even if sometimes it does crack and shatter. Templeton.
Glass.
A glass ceiling. That's it. Those key verbs there helped you out there. Go red.
Let's get physical for 10 points.
Physical for 10. All right, be careful. The day when our sun is at its most southerly point in the northern hemisphere, occurs in late December. It is known as the winter what? The winter what, Templeton?
Solstice?
Solstice, yeah. A lot of times people confuse the eclipses and the solstices. Yeah, the summer and the winter solstice. All right, go red.
Green things for 5.
Green for 5. All right. Well, the country of Lebanon has a whole tree on its flag. Canada, our neighbor to the north. Nicholas?
A leaf.
It has a leaf. It has a maple leaf. Absolutely right. Attached to a maple tree branch. Okay, good, Green. Go.
All right. Green things for 10.
Green for 10. When a plant dies and decays or is burned, it puts back into the air this chemical that it pulls out of the air.
Carbon dioxide?
Carbon dioxide, specifically the carbon. Right? We're trying to sequester as much carbon as we can. Nicely done. 2 in a row. Go. 95 to 75, advantage green.
Super 8 for 5.
Zoo for 5. Get this. Do you like Thanksgiving? I love Thanksgiving. Your Thanksgiving turkey, like all birds, descended from theropods, like the T-Rex.
Oh, never mind.
Thomas Stone, what do you want to tell me, Nicholas?
It stands on 2 legs.
Let me finish the question for Templeton. Templeton, your Thanksgiving turkey, like all birds, descended from theropods, like the T-Rex. Meaning eating turkey is like you're back in Jurassic Park and eating a what?
A dinosaur?
A dinosaur, absolutely right. Good, go red.
Let's get physical for 5. Let's get physical for 5. Let's get physical for 5 points.
Physical for 5 points. Here you go. On its first anniversary, the new James Webb Telescope sent back photos of one of these dazzling celestial objects as it was being born. Templeton.
A star?
A star. A star is born. Absolutely right. Good. Jaden and Harrison, you got to help Nicholas over there. You know, I want to see you listening to my clues. I want to see you leaning in. I want to see you whispering to him. He can't do it all by himself, all right? Got to bring it. Go red.
Dateline for 15 points.
Dateline for 15. Here we go. An airplane recently flew from Europe to America using waste fats and plant sugars as fuel instead of normal jet fuel, which is one of these F initial kinds of fuels. Nicholas.
Do you have any ideas?
On the tip of your tongue over there? Templeton, one of these F initial fuels made from long dead plants. That's what jet fuel is. Templeton.
Fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels. It's a fossil fuel like coal and oil. All right, dead plants, give us our fossil fuels. The buzzer says we've come to the end of round 1. 120 for Templeton and 75 for Thomas Stone. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to the Science Bowl. We're headed into the second half of this semifinal game. 6 outstanding players here today. And before we ask any more science questions, we like to get to know our players and the schools they hail from. So you might have seen them before. We have one new player here today. Let's find out a little bit, and we'll do this one more time. Templeton, nice to have you here. Kong, tell us the Templeton story. Who's your coach?
Our coach is Miss Lynch.
Yeah, absolutely. She's out there. She is so much into this game. I know she has practiced with you and really has high hopes for you today, and you're doing her proud. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Miss Robinson.
Very good. That's nice, and I know is out there is supporting you as well. I know you have some alternates on your team. Can you give us the first names of your alternates?
We have Dustin Silva Herrera, Najila Amadi, Erlinda Nazani, and Justin Caceres Garcia.
Wonderful. Gabby, thank you for helping them out there. Tell me a little about something about Templeton that we should know. Is your school still in the original Templeton? Where are you now? What building?
We are in...
Aren't you right across the street?
Yeah.
In Kenmore, the old Kenmore building.
Yeah.
Very good. So I'm sure that's a big adjustment for you guys. What are something about Templeton that we should know? Something that you're proud of? Don't look at them, just look over here at me, please.
We have good teachers, and we have a lot of extracurricular activities, like we have after school, we have tag, we have science bowl, and many others.
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning science. But yeah, extracurricular activities are as important as the academics. They're doing a nice job today. And you told me you want to be an engineer one day and be coding, right?
Yeah, IT engineer.
Yeah, I can tell you'd be very good at that. Amina, tell us the Amina story. What do you do in your spare time?
I like to play games and I like to read books.
Yeah, you were telling me about the kind of books you like to read. Share that with the audience.
I like to read Dork Diaries books, sometimes Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and some chapter books or books about animals.
Very good, very good. And a career one day. Have you thought about that?
I'd like to be a doctor, specifically a cardiologist.
Cardiologist, yes. I met a young man the other day who wanted to be a cardiothoracic surgeon, and he had a big heart. He's always doing things for people, and a lot of times that's how it works. Nice to have you here. Gabby, tell us about yourself. Why'd you want to be on the show?
I really like science, and when I was in 3rd grade, my mom told me about the Science Bowl, and I got really interested because I thought competing against other schools and meeting other players was cool and fun.
Well, thanks to your mom, because she did us a favor by getting you to us here today, because I'm glad you got to do this, and you're doing a wonderful job here today. Tell us about yourself. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a pediatrician.
Yeah, why so?
Because whenever I get sick or I have a normal checkup, the nurses and the doctors always give me the right prescriptions, and they always tell me what I need to do, and they always make me feel better.
What a nice way to describe a pediatrician. Absolutely right. We wouldn't be as healthy as we are without pediatricians and great parents, right? Thank you very much. Let's go over to Thomas Stone. Nicholas, tell us about your school. Who is your coach?
Our coach is Mr. Ford.
Absolutely. And he is so gung-ho about Science Bowl. I know how hard he has worked. Thomas Stone has never made it this far in our competition, and a lot of that is because of his energy. And I know you guys respect him a lot. Who's your principal over there?
Our principal is Mr. Hintz.
Mr. Hinton, also very proud of all of you guys here and is cheering for you. Alternates on your team, Nick? First names?
Yes. We have Valerie, Falema, Juan, Siobhan.
Dudley.
Yeah.
That's
Dudley and yeah, I already said Falema.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's
okay.
it, yeah.
Harrison, thanks for helping him out. Yeah,
Thank you.
You're doing a nice job over there. Someday, Nicholas, what do you want to do?
Someday I want to be a aerospace engineer.
Yeah, I can imagine you would be very good at that too. Jaden, tell us Jaden's story. What do you do in your spare time?
Watch TV, play games,
Okay,
sometimes go outside.
very good. What kind of games do you like to play?
Super Smash Bros, Pokemon Go, Dragon Ball Legends.
Nice, nice. And how did you prepare for Science Bowl? Did you guys practice a lot back at
Yeah.
the school?
Yeah, when we got closer, we would have 3 practices in a week.
Wow, yeah. And watching old shows helps, so you can
Yeah.
get a sense of the questions that we ask around here. And someday you're going to do what?
Architect.
Say it again.
I'll be architect.
Architect, yeah, to design buildings and
Yeah.
cars, and boy, architects, they make our world work better, and it's nicer to look at too. Good luck to you in the second half. Harrison, you're a 3rd grader and you're on the team here, so you obviously impressed Mr. Ford very much. Why'd you want to be on the show?
Simply because Mr. Ford asked me, and I just wanted to start playing. Like, Mr. Ford asked me to check it out, and then I started enjoying it. So.
Good.
Simple
So
as
you've
that.
seen the show. You know how it works.
Yeah.
And you're doing a nice job here. I like your spirit. I like your spirit. What do you do in your spare time?
Play video games, sometimes play soccer, play with my baby brother, and sometimes play with my Pokemon cards, if you know what that is.
I do. You're a regular guy. And have you thought about a career? You're young yet, but what do you want to do someday?
Want to be a therapist.
Therapist. Very nice. All right. Well, you're doing a nice job. Let's get back into the game. 120 Templeton, 75 Thomas Stone. Last correct answer came from the red team. All of the big valued questions remain. All right, everybody, we're going to give it the try, right? Good deal. All right, we're going to hang in there. Okay, Kong, go.
Science potpourri for 5 points.
Science potpourri for 5 points. Whoa. This addictive drug in tobacco, once thought to promote good health. Templeton.
Nicotine?
Nicotine, yeah. There was a man in France who brought it to America. His name was Jean Nicot. Nicotine, named for him. We know it is not for good health. Good answer, go red.
Dateline signs for 5 points.
Dateline for 5. This past summer, it was possible for some people in North America to go outside and look up in the sky and they could see the aurora borealis. It's otherwise known as what? What is that otherwise known as, Templeton?
The Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights. Greens and blues and pinks up there. It's like a cloud that is wafting by. Just beautiful. Good answer. Go.
Body systems for 10 points.
Body systems for 10. All right. Question is, it is a multiple choice question. If you go to see a radiologist, and Amina wants to be a doctor, she'll probably want to weigh in on this. If you go to see a radiologist, will he or she be taking an x-ray, setting a broken bone, or treating you for pneumonia? Templeton.
X-ray?
X-ray, absolutely right. And on those, Nick, just take a chance. You get no points deducted if you don't ring in. Just take a chance if it's a multiple choice, if you have an idea. And Jaden and Harrison, I want to see you nudging them. Poke, try this. See if you can come up with a good alternative there. Go, Red.
Physicals. Body systems for 15 points.
For?
15.
15 in body systems. Here you go. Most of us are born with flat feet. All of us. It's not until around age 10 that we develop this structure in our feet. Templeton.
Heels?
Not the heel. We're born with flat feet until about age 10. What develops in our foot at that point so they're not flat anymore? It's called an arch. An arch. Sometimes people, you see the commercials on TV, they're always worried about, oh, my feet hurt, and they get these shoes with nice arches in. If you're a runner, you need shoes with a good arch support. It's good for posture. All right, try again, Red.
That's still available. Dateline for 10.
Dateline for 10. It stands to reason that the EPA, which is very concerned about our cars' MPG, the MPG stands for miles per gallon. Go ahead, Templeton.
Sorry, that was an accident.
Okay. Thomas Stone, the EPA is concerned about our car's MPG. MPG stands for miles per gallon, while the government agency known as the EPA is what agency?
Okay, engine protection, production.
Help us out, Harrison. What do you want to tell me?
Engine protection production.
Well, that was a good try. Protection is right. It's Environment Protection. Environment Protection Agency there. Nice try there, young man. Go again, Red.
Green things for 15 points.
Green things for 15. All right. Lichens. Those are things, it looks like scale on a tree bark. Looks like it's damaging the tree. But since the lichens are a combination of an algae and a fungus, and they take care of themselves and don't take any nutrients from the tree, they're not considered to be one of these, Nicholas.
Parasites?
Yes, sir. That's what I want to hear. Good. Go. Green. Come on. Got some points.
Science potpourri for 20.
Science potpourri, 20 points. That's the way to do it. Get this. Recently found a very rare lobster that was half male and half female. It's not known if that lobster, like plants, can self what? Be careful, Templeton.
Reproduce.
Talk among yourselves, guys.
Reproduce.
This lobster can't self what? Part male, part female. What do you think he might be able to do all by himself?
Self-reproduce. Reproduce.
Reproduce? We will take that. Yes, all right. Fertilize, self-fertilize. Plants self-pollinate. Lobsters can't do that. After self-pollination comes self-fertilization. All right. Nice tries there. Guys, go red.
Potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15. So bright that it's often mistaken for a plane coming in with its landing lights on. This very bright celestial neighbor of ours is known as both Templeton?
Comet.
Not a comet. Thomas Stone, this thing that looks like a plane with its headlights on. It's our nearby celestial neighbor. It's sometimes called both the morning star and the evening star.
Meteor.
Meteor?
What you got? It's the planet Venus.
Oh.
Venus is our nearby neighbor. Actually closer to us than Mars, but it's not a place that we want to visit. It's just too hot up there. All right, go again, red.
Super 8 for 20.
Go ahead, Kong.
Super 8 for 20 points.
Super 8, 20 points. Here we go. Have you ever heard of a naked mole rat? No clothes. The naked mole rat, it's not a rat, it's not a mole, and it's not naked. It has some hair on it. It's surprisingly related to porcupines and to these large rodents often used. Templeton?
Pass it to Gabby.
Like a vole.
Not a vole, good try. Thomas Stone, what are the large rodents often used in laboratory experiments in science labs?
Rats.
Guinea pigs. Guinea pigs. Guinea pig is what we're looking for there. Nice try. Go again, Red.
Let's get physical, 20. Let's get physical.
We're getting to the really tough ones here.
Let's get physical for 20 points.
All right, let's get physical for 20 points. Milk that you buy in the store, if you ever look at the side of the milk carton, it says it's pasteurized, meaning that it's a heating process that kills off most of the bacteria. That milk is also homogenized. What does that word mean? Milk is passed through a strainer at high pressure to break up this fatty substance. Name the fatty substance that's broken up when it's homogenized. Come on, Nick.
Carbohydrates.
Okay, you rang in. You must have had some idea.
Pastor Harrison.
Sugar.
Not sugar. Good try. Templeton, what are these little globules, fatty globules in the milk that are broken up when it's homogenized that would otherwise rise to the top of the milk carton? You'd find a layer of it at the top.
Oil.
It's called cream. Cream. Go again, please, Red.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 10 points. Here we go. Did you say 10?
20.
20 points. Okay. Recently, the talk show host Stephen Colbert needed emergency surgery after this A-initialed organ, one whose function is still being questioned, Kong.
Pass it to Amina.
Come on, Amina.
Artery?
Not arteries, no, Thomas Stone. What A-initialed organ, we still don't quite know what it does, burst inside Mr. Colbert's abdomen. Begins with the letter A.
Appendix?
Yeah, all right, Nick. I saw you mouthing it over here. Good work. Appendix it is. You got yourself 20 points. Go.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. All right, let's do it. You know, we get goosebumps when it's cold to help keep us warm. Well, those super thin needles on pine trees also help to keep the tree warm in cold weather by providing this I-initialed protection. I-initial, Templeton.
Insulation?
Insulation, yeah. Those needles insulate that tree, just like the goosebumps help to insulate us by moving our hair sticking up, even though we don't have that much fur. Go again, Red.
Dateline science for 20 points.
Did you say Dateline science? 4?
20.
20. Here we go. All right. Recalling cantaloupes. Some of you like to eat cantaloupes. Cantaloupes are good. Sometimes they have to recall them because some of them are found to contain this S-initialed bacterium. Could make you sick. Templeton?
Salmonella?
Salmonella, absolutely right. Nothing to fool with. Salmonella, E. coli, a lot of times food is recalled. They tell you throw it out or bring it back for a refund. Go Red.
Let's get physical for 25 points.
Physical for 25, big one in that category. Sojourner was the first of these wheeled vehicles to explore. Come on, Templeton.
Mars rover?
Mars rover, absolutely right. The Curiosity and Opportunity rovers joined the Sojourner rover. Yes, sir. Go.
Super 8 for 25 points.
Super 25, big one in that category is a visual question. Look at the monitor, and we have a picture for you. The phrase a nitpicker, someone worried about small things, comes from the name of the tiny eggs of this L-initialed ectoparasite. That's a what, Nick?
Lice?
Yeah, that's a lice indeed. Good, go.
Body systems for 25.
Body for 25 point. Here we go. All right. The H's in the 4-H clubs that are community building youth groups stand for health and 3 H-initialed body parts. Give me 2. 2 body parts begin with an H. Come on, you guys can do it. Come on, Jaden, help them out.
hair and head?
Hip.
No, hip. Hip
and
head.
Those are 2 good tries. I like that. Templeton, can you give me 2 of the 3 4-H's in the 4-H club? 1-H stands for health. Give me 2 other H's.
Head and heel.
Head and?
Heel.
Not head and heel. What we're looking for are head, hands, and heart. Head, hands, and heart. You tried. Nice job there. All right, we've come to the end of the game. We'll double check the score and be back with you in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this Science Bowl game here, this semifinal. And our final tally today is Thomas Stone 135, Templeton 225. Templeton, congratulations. You are going on in our competition here. Kong and Gabri and Amelia played a great game. And Kong, would you be good enough to introduce everybody you brought? They all have the yellow shirts. They couldn't get in the door without the shirt. Tell us who they are.
This is our coach, Miss Lynch. Our alternate, Dustin Silva Herrera. Our other alternate, Justin Caceres Garcia. Our other alternate, Najila Armadi. And our other alternate, Erlinda Nazeni.
You did a nice job, Kong. A nice looking group over there. Thank you very much for bringing them here. And we'll see you again in the next game. And let's have a nice round of applause for that Thomas Stone team. We said it's been years since they were this far in our competition. You got this far because of Jaden and Nicholas and Harrison today. Nicholas, you did a great job today. Would you introduce everybody? You brought everybody today. Who are they?
All right, this is our coach, Mr. Ford. An alternate, Valerie, Philema, Siobhan, and Dudley. Juan is also an alternate, but he wasn't here today.
That was very nice you mentioned his name. And the principal over there?
He is Mr. Hintz.
Mr. Hintz, that's right, because he gives you grades. You got to watch about that. Okay. Thank you all for being here today. We hope you enjoyed the program, and join us again for the next semifinal and the finale of the season coming up soon. Until then, I'm Dave Zera. Bye-bye, everybody.